All right, guys. Are you able to hear us all right? Everything's good with the connections?
Yep.
Think so.
All right, perfect. So I see we already have some people hopping on and joining us. I will try to keep an eye on the comment section, see if any like spontaneous questions are added to our comment section, right? But first, just kind of want to be very official and welcome everyone to our stylink live, where we're getting to talk with our US brand ambassadors and kind of go over who we are at stylink, campaigns, and anything else that pops into our mind. So my name is Ashley. I'm the US market manager here at stylink. Right over here, I have my partner, my colleague.
Yeah, I'm Jana, and I'm the campaign manager for the US campaigns here at stylink.
Yeah. And I'll actually hand it over to the two of you, and maybe we can start with Payal and do just a quick introduction. Tell us who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Payal. I'm a US brand ambassador and content creator, and excited to share part of my journey of being a content creator with stylink.
Great. And over to you, Erika.
And I'm Erika. I'm also one of the US brand ambassadors. I actually was an Australian ambassador, but I've moved over here to the US, so came over with stylink and super excited to share as well.
All right, perfect.
Perfect.
Well, we're already a couple minutes in. I see that we already have some people who've joined us, so we're really excited to have everyone here. And like I said, it's kind of going to be like a two-way interview, right? We're covering a lot of different topics, hopefully things content creators are excited to listen and hear about. If anyone does have a question, a spontaneous question or follow-up, like I said, go ahead, add it into the chat. I will try to make sure I keep track of all chat comments or questions, and we'll see if we can sneak them in. But to kind of get everything started off, we thought Yana and I would actually begin with interviewing our brand ambassadors. So we have a couple questions for you from the community, right? So I think, Yana, you can go ahead and kind of start us off.
Thank you. So one of the questions we received from the community was, tell us about your journey as a content creator. Like, when and how did you start? And maybe Erika, you want to start and then just hand it over.
Yeah, sure. So I started doing kind of content creation and stuff like that in 2020. I was working from home, and on my breaks, I always wanted to put stuff out there, but I was always very nervous, and I knew I wasn't going to see anyone for a long time. So I was like, well, if this goes terribly, then I could just delete it all and no one will see it. But it ended up doing well. So that was kind of the springboard, and I really enjoy short form video content. So TikTok was great for me, and then Reels helped me kind of progress on Instagram. So that's kind of how I got my start and what I'm doing.
Hey, okay, so TikTok short form, like Reels also?
Yeah, I love doing Reels too.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. I love short form video, so I like where both Instagram and TikTok have kind of taken me, because I've learned a lot about that. But I started content creation back in 2018, and it's been a bit of a journey in that I started and then I didn't feel confident with it, so I quit. And then I jumped back onto it, partnered with a friend, and then she ended up going a different direction, and I kept it going. And so I've had like different names throughout as well. But through, what really started and what was like the catapult to it was, like, I've always been the person in my groups of friends and in my family to be the stylist. And so I love fashion and style. And I noticed that my friends and family were leaning on me for advice. And I thought, okay, there's something here. Let me take this to a bigger audience. Also, through the pandemic, I gained some courage behind the screen, because I knew that I wasn't seeing people face to face. And that's really when I put a lot of energy into it. And so that's kind of what brings me here.
I also kind of love like kind of the parallels, just in terms of like how both of you mentioned, like there is this kind of challenge of putting oneself out there in front of like the public, because you're like, well, I don't know who's going to see this, and maybe it's going to just flop or it's not going to work out, but kind of having the courage to do so. Also, like, Payal, thank you for coming back because now I get to work with you as a brand ambassador, so I'm very excited about that.
Also cool to see that you like turned the challenge of like COVID and like made really like cool stuff with it and created content. So really nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little side note of advice to any content creators. It is easy to get that, like, you know, for you not to have the courage and to just give up. But I wish I had quit when I did. I wish I would have stayed the course because I think perhaps I would have been further along. So even if you have those moments of self-doubt, like push through it because this is a passion, you're going to come back to it. So.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Yeah. Great, definitely great advice. So I kind of know from my side of how I've gotten in contact with you guys, right? And like introduced you to stylink and you became our brand ambassadors. But from the community, they actually had a question of how did you hear about stylink? What was your kind of first contact with stylink and finding out about the stylink platform? So we'll start and hand it over to Erika. Kind of how did you get started with stylink? How did you hear about us, the platform, and your journey with us?
Yeah, so I heard about stylink through direct contact from the brand itself because it was launching in Australia, so it didn't quite exist yet. I had seen some of the people who I already followed and interacted with online had worked with stylink in the US, so I was familiar with the brand, and that's kind of how I heard about it and how I built a better relationship as well.
Perfect.
Yes.
Over to you, Kyle. Yeah.
So for me, it was direct contact too. I got in an email and I didn't recognize the name, but it seemed what I loved right from the get-go with stylink is just that personal connection. And so even through the email, it wasn't generic. Like there was a person, you were the person behind it. And like we felt such relationship, and through everything that we'll talk about today with stylink and campaigns and collaborations, it's been really nice to be able to have that sounding board and that thinking partner and that support from the program. And so I think that the initial email really pulled me in, and I was like, you know what, this is different than things that I've been like, you know, emailed about before. I really want to take a closer look. So I started to learn more, knew that it was newly launching, and I had a lot of faith in what you guys were doing, and I wanted to be part of it. So
wonderful to hear. Yeah. So I think that may be a common like misconception, especially about different like platforms that are out there and available for content creators to use, right? You don't really know who's behind the platform. So we're trying as much as possible to really create like a transparent, like look behind the scenes. We're a very small team here at Stylink, so we do like the personalized touch, right? Is what we're going for.
All right, so the next question, maybe you can tell us a bit about your experience with styling so far. Like, do you find it easy to use? Do you maybe have some wishes?
Yes, I do have a document open, so feedback is welcome.
I'll jump in first.
Okay, go for it.
Super easy to use. I like at first, whenever it comes to using anything new, I always get like a bit nervous that I'm going to do it totally wrong. And honestly, like the first time that I generated a link, I regenerated it like 3 times because I honestly was like, well, there's no way that it's like done yet. Like surely I have to do something else. But it was like, it was so fast. So it's super, super easy to use. And I think it's like one of the easiest sort of like link generator or like that sort of affiliate program function tools that I've ever used. So that's really great as well.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with the ease and the accessibility of like getting links off of your desktop to even on your phone, so you can kind of go between. I think that also there's the component, and a lot of people may not know about this, but you can grab a link off any of the retailers and send it to the WhatsApp, and then the link is literally instantly sent to you, and then you pop it into your Instagram story. It's just so simple, and I've really appreciated that because it makes it a lot easier to share.
True.
True, and it's actually something I wasn't sure if I should really push in the US market because I wasn't sure how strong or how popular WhatsApp was. So it's something we've definitely used in our European market and the UK market. But it was actually great getting feedback from you that like you have WhatsApp, you use it, like the perfect on-the-go link maker, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I did see kind of a quick question that popped up into the comments, so I'm going to just kind of hop in on there. And it might be more of a question for us at stylink, but also hop in as brand ambassadors because someone was asking how to become a part of the stylink team if you're not necessarily a brand ambassador. Now, I'm not sure if the question is more directed of like getting a job here at stylink. Step one, move to Germany. Yes. We are currently a small team located in a small city in Germany. So being a part of the team, we do have like a strong office culture. Like we have home office and remote work, but we actually really like coming together because we find the collaboration in office is great for creativity. Besides becoming a styling brand ambassador, which I mean is I think a great opportunity for everyone, and we're always keeping our eyes out and growing the team in that way. Just actually becoming a stylink user, right? Using it for content creation and just being kind of your daily content creator. And when we definitely see people who are successful and constantly using the platform, we try to find other ways of promoting them. So we'll do more Instagram lives and do interview sessions with some of our great users. We'll try to do user of the month, like a spotlight, and promote their like Instagrams and like posts and their content in other ways. So
but to make sure you don't have to be a brand ambassador to use stylink.
Yeah, you don't have to be a brand ambassador to use stylink. That's for sure. Now, this is a question I think also kind of goes both ways, but I'm going to first direct it to you guys, the brand ambassadors, and kind of what do you think makes stylink as an affiliate platform kind of different from the other platforms that are out there, right? What would you say are some of the perks that you received by using the stylink platform? So maybe, Payal, you can go ahead and begin.
Yeah. Well, I already mentioned the WhatsApp and the ease of just getting the link, and when you're on the go and wanting to share, that quick step makes a big difference. So I truly appreciate that. In comparison to other affiliate programs with stylink, and some people may not know this, is that as a content creator, when I share a link, I'll get a compensation based on the clicks on the link. And on other affiliate programs that I have worked with, the compensation only comes through if the consumer actually goes through and purchases. And that also, sometimes you don't see that compensation until the return cycle has passed, if that makes sense. So like, a certain retailer may have a 60-day return policy that has to pass before you can see the commission. With stylink, not the case, because you're getting compensated on somebody showing interest in that product. And even though that compensation looks low, it adds up. And so I think that is a big, big difference that I've seen. And so you can monetize a little bit easier and really right away. I also really have loved being part of the campaigns, which would be, one of the retailers, you get to choose certain items and they get sent to you. And I mean, I love that part because I'm actually right now, I'm about to post it with Cupshe, and I've gotten so many awesome pieces from Cupshe that I'm super excited to share. That opportunity in itself is awesome. I have like my fall wardrobe ready to go. So
great. That's great to hear and wonderful. Excited to see what you post. Erika, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say a similar thing when it comes to, especially because it's coming from the clicks themselves rather than like just exclusively sales. Like you are bringing awareness. Sometimes someone's like purchasing pathway isn't going to be like direct. They're not just always going to click it and then buy right then and there, and you might not, like, you may have raised the awareness and then you don't see anything from it. So I really like that it starts, like, you start with compensation. It's not like you have to have like hundreds and hundreds of clicks before, you know, you start making anything. It just kind of immediately starts, which I think is really, really fantastic. And then also, like, once again, like how personal the team is, I feel like I've never been lost because I've always had like a way to ask questions because it's so responsive, which I haven't found with other platforms at all.
Okay, good. We really hope we keep that up too.
Yes.
I'm going to actually kind of now direct this question over to Yana. See if you have anything else that you kind of think, what makes stylink like different from other affiliate platforms? Like, what are our goals to be like a styling platform?
I mean, I totally agree with both of your points so far. Maybe we can add that like the registration process is really easy, so you can just like put in your details, add your Insta name or YouTube name or whatever, and then just register and can like directly start. So we don't, you don't have to wait like a week or so before we check your Instagram and you get a client in the end or anything. So you can like apply or register, not apply. You don't have to apply. But yeah, and can directly start using stylink and earn money. Do you have anything to add?
No, I agree. Like, you guys, you got it pretty much covered. Like, we do try to make registration as easy. We want to make sure that everyone has the possibility, especially there's no like minimum for followers, right? Number. Like, we really want to do, if you are a growing content creator, you might start off with only 1,000 followers. And we want to make sure, like, okay, you're starting off, you might not like see a whole lot of provision at the beginning, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be allowed to try to monetize your platform, to try to create that content and try to like bring brand awareness even to 1,000 people, right? I think that counts. All right. I think we have one more question for you guys.
And we really want to know, what do you enjoy most about being a stylink brand ambassador?
Yes.
Well, I've definitely enjoyed the campaign collaborations a lot. I've had the opportunity to participate in a good few of them. And then the personal touch of just being able to, you know, and we've talked about this a little bit, but I want to reiterate on it because I have worked with other affiliate programs and that communication aspect isn't always there. And so you feel like you're working just with like a computer. It's not the case with stylink. And so that's just the main differentiator, in my opinion.
Great. And Erica?
Yeah, I would say like a very similar thing. I've enjoyed doing the brand collaborations. I've gotten to work with some brands that I haven't worked with before, so that's super exciting. And trying out the new products through that is also amazing. And yes, the same thing with the communication. Like, even not just from like other affiliate programs. I'm sorry if you can hear background noise. There's a street right near me and I can hear a very loud car. But there's like the communication level just across the board, not even just from other affiliate programs, but just pretty much all collaborations that I've had in general. Like, the communication is like second to none, and you feel like you matter as a part of like the stylink team. You're not just like another person. Like, you're making your own little space with your stylink links, and then you're also a part of the team as well, which is really phenomenal.
Wonderful. Happy to hear that.
Yeah, very happy for that feedback. Thank you both. That was kind of the community questions that we've gathered for you as like brand ambassadors and content creators. So now I think we actually get to hand the reins over to the two of you, and we are here to be interviewed, right? I know that we posted like question boxes and stories, and that you gathered some questions from your community about stylink and everything. So we are here, and we're going to try to be as like honest and transparent as possible. That is our goal today. So over to you. You are now our interviewers.
Yeah, so I guess if you would just, you know, give an overview, like what is stylink? Like, how would you define it?
Okay. We would define it as an affiliate platform where content creators can yeah, quickly and easily to create a link and share their recommendations to their community. And yeah, you can earn per click on the link, and you can get an instant cash out as soon as you reach $10,
Yes,
right?
$10.
So you can directly transfer it to your bank account. And yeah, we also offer collabs with brands. So we send out newsletters, and you can apply for different brand campaigns, and then you can directly work with the brand. You get a gift card, or you can like choose your products and create a haul and content. And yeah, use our stylings, and also on top, not just get the products, but also the per click compensation.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
I just say, yeah, we're really kind of we're trying to be the platform that does personalize in a way affiliate marketing, right, by creating that personal contact, but help be a platform for content creators, right? There's so much work that you guys put in behind the scenes that maybe like your followers don't really know of. The styling, the technology behind it, right? Finding the time to video and everything. That we really do want to make sure that our platform is as easy to use and that it's helpful for content creators. Whether you're just starting out, you're a nano or a micro, right? All the way up to like huge like numbers of followings. Where we want to be the platform for content creators that's easy to use and helpful.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up perfectly. And I remember getting the gift cards. That's another thing, like especially with collaborations, like getting the gift cards and being able to pick anything. It's not like you're super narrowed into like having to pick something that doesn't suit your personal style. That's also something that I've like loved with like collaborating with stylink, is there's a lot of freedom to like keep like to your own like sense of style and like personal values, which I really, really love as well. So like with that, I guess one of my questions is like, what does a collaboration entail, and like what are the terms of it typically?
Okay.
Oh, this is definitely a Yana question. She is part of the whole campaign team behind stylink and specifically works in US and Australia, like campaigns. So
our main like requirements are usually like around 5K to 10K following. So of course this always also depends on the brand and what they're looking for, but yeah, as our focus is like micro and nano influencer, we want to like give almost everyone a chance to participate in brand collabs. And then the brand fit is really important for us, so we will have a look at your profile and see if you are a great fit to the brand. And in the second round we would have a look at your performance in terms of engagement, so you don't have to
you don't have to have been using.
Yeah, okay. I'm styling before, so if you're new to our community, you can for sure apply to a collab as well, and can be choose, so you don't have to create stylings beforehand. And then if you are part of the campaign, our requirements are usually that you create like a try-on haul in terms of either story, or if you feel more comfortable, as you already shared, with like Reel or TikTok, this is also fine. And then use our stylings, and of course tag us and the brand and mark us as advertisement. So that's, I think, all. We really want to give you as content creators like a lot of freedom, because authenticity is like really important for us. You should have fun and do your own thing, and we don't want to give like too many restrictions.
I would add on to that, like, I mean, our first look really is at the profile, right? We don't even like necessarily check engagement rate at that point, numbers, followers. We're looking at the cohesiveness of a profile, right? Where is the brand fit? We've also talked a lot about even just like organic content creation, like or that you've done in the past, right? So if you have, as a content creator, already created like a post or a story and saved it as a highlight that's tagging, right? It's not even monetized, but just tagging the different brands that you're wearing. That's already organic brand awareness that you brought for the brand. So we already know that there is a brand fit happening, right? So it's kind of an overall cohesiveness of like, how did you organize your profile? What does it look like? What are the highlights? Do you have a link tree, a milkshake in there, right? And just the organic authenticity behind older posts. Like we do go to older posts and see what's been tagged, what's been done, right? So that I think would be actually part of like the initial process, right? Joining a collaboration if we're looking through and considering you. That's first look. First look is at your profile. Yeah.
And I think that the space for content creators can be it can be saturated at this point. A lot of people are doing it and it can be intimidating. And so I love that stylink gives all creators an opportunity to be able to use the platform and to monetize. And like you said, just give value back to the creator, because it is a lot of work. And it's also sharing of things that we're using and loving, and we want our audience to also enjoy. And so speaking on that, the per click compensation can sometimes be a little low. Like you'll see that, and it changes, right? But per click, you might get anywhere from 3 cents to 10 cents, and the range could go like lower or higher than that. And so it doesn't seem like a whole lot. What would be some ways for creators to kind of amp up and ensure that they are able to rely on this as like a source of being a side hustle, I guess?
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe this is something you want to take up?
Yes. So this is, I mean, and we all hear this, right? There's this algorithm. There's an algorithm on TikTok. There's an algorithm on Instagram, like what's being shown, being seen. Well, we do have an algorithm, right? That kind of helps dictate whether your cents per click is lowered or higher, right? And there's a couple things that go behind that, right? The algorithm is just basically a system that says whether or not a link is successful. And how do we know if a link is successful? We are checking, right, unique clicks, right? So that's a very important thing, is that yes, you're paid per click, but it's also per unique click, right? I do want to emphasize that. And right, with a unique click, that's a successful link. All right, the more clicks, the more successful you are. But there's also a little bit like, it goes even deeper, right? If someone clicks on a link and views a product, there is kind of a time window. How long is a person viewing a product, right? I'm not sure exactly how long it is, but there is a system that says, okay, they clicked on the link and then immediately went back. Well, we want to reward content creators for the click that they received, but that wasn't necessarily a potential buyer, right? It was too fast of a look and go back. So it was, yes, partly successful, but not like fully successful, right? Now if someone clicks on a link and actually looks, maybe browses the entire shop, but still doesn't buy anything, that's still a very successful click for us, right? Because the longer time that someone spends even just looking at maybe a new brand, looking at a new collection, going through the sale items, maybe adding something to their cart, but they're like, wait, when am I getting paid? When's my paycheck, right? And you want to double check maybe before you do like that spontaneous purchase, right? Mm-hmm. That's definitely a very successful click, right? The longer that someone stayed and kind of checked out the product or the entire store, right? And then there is that sense of, if we see that someone purchases through your link, that's a great successful click, right? So it's going to be hard where it's like, maybe you see like, I have all these clicks, but my compensation is still going down. Well, then we're saying, okay, maybe you've had unique clicks, but not all of them were unique. Maybe someone has gone and clicked on it again and again, right? So a multi-click, that will decrease the commission. If there are really short visits to the shop and then back, that also might slowly over time decrease like the commission or like the cents per click that you earn. So I would say in order to increase these things, right, you really got to, it could potentially just like, oh, maybe that was a bad week. Maybe that wasn't the store that you're following or your users was interested in, So I would recommend linking different stores, linking different things, a variety of different content, right?
Yeah.
From whether or not you just do one post, right, and one link versus like a whole reel and then screenshots of the items that came from that reel. It really depends on your following, where you find that engagement the most. We have kind of a general like advice, especially if you want to increase your click rate, right? Stories only last 24 hours. I miss so many people's stories because I try to, for various reasons, maybe stay off social media for a day or two, right? Kind of do a little bit of detox. Yeah, social media detox. I think it's great for everyone, but maybe you miss like your favorite influencer story. Well, save the story into a highlight. I absolutely love Linktree's milkshakes because then you also have a whole history. And the fact that our stylinks don't expire, that means someone can go back 3 months into your highlight, find an outfit that they like, click on that link, and that's still going to earn you like compensation. So to increase, your clicks, right? Well, you'll see the growth in your compensation quickly, and just definitely share a variety of shops, I would say.
Yeah, sounds good.
That was a very long answer. I'm very sorry.
No, it was a lot of good advice.
Okay. Another, there's something in there for someone.
Yeah, there's really something there, I think, for everyone, like wherever you're starting. And I guess one of the questions is, like, what are your kind of recommendations or tips for people who are just starting? So for new influencers, I know that collaborations can be really daunting, and I think that Stylink is kind of a great way to break in. So what would your suggestions kind of be?
Yeah, as we already mentioned, like brand fit is really important for us. So as Ashley mentioned before, like organic content. I mean, we see it if you like post, for example, an outfit and tag H&M, and we see that you already have products from H&M, so you would already be like a great fit for a possible campaign. And yeah, also just engage with your community, see what they like. Find your style, I guess. Be authentic.
Yeah, I think especially in today's day and age, where like Payal said earlier, like the social media is saturated, right? There's a lot of different places people can go to like view content, view entertainment, find different things. So it's like staying true to like you as a content creator, knowing kind of like this is my core, this is what I love doing, I enjoy doing it, and I think people will respond if you really like they can see someone who really enjoys what they do.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, if you apply to our campaigns and you maybe do not meet all the requirements, apply anyway. Because if we like see a cool profile and we think there's like a lot of potential, we would definitely like stand up for you at the brand and be like, this can be a great fit. We think this content creator has like a lot of potential and we should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely reiterate that, because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. A brand might have certain requirements that's us as styling, we're a lot more flexible, right? And so if, like she said, like what Kiana said, like if you don't fit maybe every single requirement, we're still going to take a look.
Yeah.
And we actually really do try to stand up where like if we find a micro influencer that for maybe just even because of their following number isn't technically within the brand's requirements, we'll go to the brand and be like, no, we really think we need to try this person out. Like they have great content, organic content. They're like, you're going to miss out on an opportunity if we don't collaborate with them.
Yeah. And I mean, we have a look at all of your profiles. So a lot of people apply to the campaigns and we have a look at all the profiles. So
yes, that we see hundreds of profiles after we send out our applications.
yes.
So yeah.
And it's nice to know that, you know, all of that thought and consideration goes into the process behind the scenes, because that's something that, you know, you an email or you don't get you haven't been accepted to the collaboration, and it's like, oh, rejection. And as content creators, there's a lot of rejection, there, because you're applying to a lot of brands and trying to be part of campaigns, and you're kind of building it from the ground up for most of us. So to know that you guys are going to bat for content creators who just bring authenticity and just some passion to the table, like anybody can be considered, I think that that's a great point. So
Great. I know we're kind of wrapping up and getting to like the end of kind of where we earmarked how long this would take us, but we've been talking about collaborations from the styling like viewpoints, the process, things that we look at, things that brands look at. But I kind of want to turn it back to you guys, right? Because you have participated in some styling collaborations already, but again, like there's so much room both for stylink to grow as a platform and for opportunities for you guys as content creators. So we received some questions from the community asking about your kind of dream collaborations, right? Brands you want to work with in the future, especially I would love to hear brands that are on the stylink platform that you would love to work with in the future. If they're not, I understand. I'll take notes. We'll bug them to join stylink. But yeah, kind of your dream collaborations and just, yeah, brands you'd like to work with. So Erika, why don't you kind of start us off?
Yeah, sure. I would say like the thing that I wear probably the most is like Levi's jeans, and I know that a bunch of the stylink like stores that sell like a lot of things stock Levi's, so I got to do that with Free People, and I really loved doing that. So I'd love to work with like them again, or like Anthropology would be super cool. And yeah, they're probably like my top ones because it's like stuff that I actually use like all of the time.
All right, so the brand authenticity is already there. Erika, she's like, yes, let's go. Free People, Anthropology, and Levi's. We should just get Levi's on the platform. All right.
I would say Free People, because that's like everyday casual style. Mine are kind of all over the place. So definitely Free People. And then I would love to do Nike because my family, I have 2 boys, and my husband is like huge, like his whole wardrobe day to day is Nike. And so the kids are always in Nike. And so I think it would be like a really fun thing to do as like family content. And then the last one would be ASOS because they have such great unique finds. And so I would love to like pick some really cool pieces and style them, just because I love like all their super fashion forward stuff.
Yeah, great to hear. And also, like, I just feel like we all need to just like let everyone know in the United States, like ASOS, take a look.
Yes.
It is like for some reason kind of like a sleeper in the U.S. market, and it just needs to blow up. It's a great store.
It's huge in Europe. So.
It's huge in Europe, huge in the U.K. So
yeah.
All right. I hope I didn't miss any questions that came in through the comment section. I only had the one so far. Let's go ahead. Yeah. But that's kind of the majority of questions that we've had come in through the community, right? Is there anything left? Any other questions that you have? Or from everyone who's currently watching, let us know if you have any questions right now for our brand ambassadors or for styling. But ultimately, I do just want to say, like, to the both of you, we love having you as our brand ambassadors. We love also getting your feedback on everything. We know, obviously, we're a growing company, and so we're trying our best to grow, like, with you as content creators and be there for you. And so just really thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, it was nice having you.
Yeah.
And our first live ever, so thank you.
Yes, first time we've ever appeared on a live ourselves. So hopefully not too bad, maybe a little chaotic, but that's also a little bit of the stylink way. Trying things out. We're gonna go ahead, we'll save this live. People will be able to watch it later. To anyone who is currently watching, like if you do want to know more about styling, we have 2 fabulous content creators here, right? Payal for style, and Erica, and it's Dwyer.
Yes.
Erica Dwyer. Go ahead, definitely either if you're not already following them, you should be, and you can definitely DM them questions about styling, about collaborations. You can obviously message us, right, at our Instagram. So we're always happy and always there trying to answer everyone and connect and engage.
Yeah.
But
All right.
thank you so much, ladies,
you.
and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
And everyone, thank you for joining. Bye.
Yeah.